Okay, unfortunately, we got sideswiped pretty hard on the highway at 65 miles per hour by this Mustang convertible. A white Mustang convertible traveling at highway speed collided with us when he was changing lane, trying to cut in and out of traffic and get around this big rig. So you can see the damage on his vehicle after hitting us pretty hard at around 65 miles per hour. There's major damage on his doors, fenders, and mirror. And we were very concerned. We thought the Cybertruck side doors was smashed in. So just to show you, there was no prior contact. We're cruising on lane 4 of a 5-lane highway through traffic. And at this point, we're still cruising at a slower speed because there are traffic around 50 miles per hour at this point. So we're just cruising. This Mustang did not show up until maybe a minute later. And there he is pulling up while we were still cruising on the same lane, not moving in and out. So he will show up behind us and then move to the right adjacent lane. So you look far back enough, he is on the back there, pulling up. And he's not pulling up in any aggressive manner, but he is pulling up quicker than majority of the car and trying to get around traffic. So he probably should have been on lane 1 if he wanted to speed faster. But no, he went to the slowest lane on the highway, which was lane 5, and cruising past us on the adjacent lane and sideswiping us at around 65 miles per hour. So on the fender camera, now this is from the A-pillar, right side. You can see there's traffic flowing. There's that big rig on the right there, that tanker that just passed. That tanker will be part of this video because he will try to go around that tanker by trying to cut us off, but instead sideswiping us at around 65 miles per hour. So here we're still cruising. There's traffic merging in, and there's a Jeep trying to slow traffic down, or not trying, but trying to get off the exit ramp by cutting everyone off. So that's a different story. So now the traffic is clearing up. There's that Mustang pulling up on the adjacent lane. Again, he's just pacing us at this point in the blind spot, and we didn't even see him until he came right next to us. And at the last second, he tried to merge, but we were right next to him. I mean, he had to have seen us coming up from behind and now sideswiping us really hard. You can see this is not a normal lane change. He either move over in an aggressive manner, assuming he didn't see the truck, because he did not even attempt to try to maneuver back into his lane. And after colliding with us, he continued on. And the dash cam within the Cybertruck was able to make out these 2 license plate number. We weren't able to clearly see it, but this is the 2 number we think it is. So comment down below what you think that license number is. And also, if you have any information regarding this driver that collided with our Cybertruck and took off, which is a hit and run, please report this to us and let us know what you know. Comment down below or message us with the information provided in the description of this video. We will be reporting this to the CHP to make sure that he doesn't do this to anyone else and make sure he is held accountable. We will show you the damage on the Cybertruck. As you can see, it was a very hard impact. And this is the aftermath. So from first glance, we didn't think there's any issue with this collision other than paint transfer. But upon closer look, there is some definition in terms of indentation. But what we realized was that the paint protection film actually protected majority of this impact. There was no visible dent or indentation that we noticed, which was quite amazing for this truck. But we'll further investigate that once we take the film off. But it looks like the paint protection film from FlexiShield did protect the vehicle in terms of reducing or eliminating any scratches or scuffle. Again, there's no paint on the Cybertruck, but it is stainless steel, and stainless steel can still scratch. But we'll have to see. So there's going to be a follow-up video. Make sure you subscribe, follow us, and we'll give you an update once we're able to get this in the shop. and take this film off and see how FlexiShield has protected this truck after this hard collision. And you can see there's hardly any full penetration there, but there is a deep cut here through the paint protection film, but we think the paint protection film took most, if not all, the blunt there. So we'll pull this film off. It's the right 2 doors, and these are color paint protection film. So not only that it gives you a color look of a vehicle when it's wrapped, but this also is paint protection film. So protect the vehicle, although there's no paint on this car, it's protecting the actual stainless steel from scratching and scruffing up. So we're gonna go through it and show you whether it's worth it or not. And in the back here on the C-pillar, there's also a minor chip there. So those are things that are, if you didn't have paint protection film, definitely will cost a lot of money to repair and repaint. And there looks to be no dent or indentation. So very amazing truck to have, to be in. And we felt very safe in the vehicle. In addition to this scruffle on the side skirt, there was a little scruffle, but we were able to wipe that off. So we'll take a closer look if any clips were broken there, but so far we haven't seen any. The front flare fender, outside of the fender that is, there's some scruffle right there. And this is plastic, right? This is a hard plastic meant to take some beating, but that was a hard collision. So we'll have to see. We likely have to replace this and get a cost estimate from Tesla how much it costs. There's also a clip behind this fender flare that holds it in place that is slightly cracked. So some plastic trim there that needs to be replaced. The wheels itself also took a hit, but it has to be the rubber that protect most of the wheels. There's some scruffle along the edges there. Likely this wheel has to be resurfaced and repowder coated or replaced. Usually if you go through the claims, they will replace this wheel just because it was in an incident to be safe. So overall, those are the items that were damaged. And in addition, one last thing we just noticed here is there's a slight indentation or at least scruffle on that front bumper, right of that front bumper. So we'll have to see whether that can be replaced or the whole thing has to be replaced. So we'll provide you a full cost in a follow-up video what this will be in a side collision. I think overall this collision has less damage to the Cybertruck compared to the other vehicle, as you saw in the video. And we will be doing a close analysis on what the damage were, how much would it cost to fix all this, and what a claim would look like if you were to put a claim on this incident. So out of all that, the positive part here is it looks like there's no indentation, dents, or any major scruffle. So we'll be heading out here to report this incident, and we'll also give you a follow-up video on the outcome of the investigation. So we'll see what that will look like, but we want to make sure that this driver is held accountable for and does not do this to any other vehicle and other innocent people out there and take off and run. So if he was to pull over and exchange insurance information, everything would just be fine and we'll go through the process. But unfortunately, this driver caused the accident. As you've seen in the video, we were just cruising on the lane 4 and he sideswiped us coming from lane 5, pushing us into lane 3. And we had to maneuver into lane 3 completely to completely avoid a collision. He did not make any attempt to try to pull back into his lane, but it looks intent that there was some unawareness or purposeful or premeditated. So we'll have to see, but we want to make sure this is shared out there so you know what to do. If you're ever in an incident like this, make sure you call 911 will be the first reaction. Don't try to chase the driver down. Just make sure everyone is safe, and or call the 800 hotline. We'll post all that information down in the description of this video, just so everybody will be able to have a storyline of what to do. So make sure you drive safe out there and be a defensive driver if you need to when you see a vehicle like this approaching. But we really didn't know. This vehicle was just cruising, pulling up, and slowly pacing us, but then accelerate and try to cut us off at the end there, even though we were right next to him. So again, if you have any comments or suggestions below, let us know. This is the first time we've been in an incident, and we're trying to understand the process and also help everyone out there to hold this driver accountable, because this is a very dangerous maneuver, and it looks like it was either unaware this driver was not clearly a person who should be driving at this time if he wasn't aware that he hit something, or if he did it intentionally, then he needs to also be accountable, because other drivers out there might have families, children. We want to make sure that this driver is taking accountability for the action and know that he won't be able to do this to other driver in case of those other vehicle or smaller or happen to get into a major accident because this driver was reckless. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Catch y'all next time.